Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Tuesday. Unfortunately, it's tax day 2025. All right, I have had a terrible allergy attacks for the past 48 hours. I avoided phone calls all day the most I could. And you can hear it in my voice. I'm sure I'll be fine in a couple of days, but the pollen counts have gotten me. And yes, all year, all winter, I take medicine to avoid it. I've had this all my life, so it's nothing new to me. What is bothering me, and I think it should bother all of us, is there's no clarity on these tariffs. You know, I've been criticizing it in each one of my videos tonight, not because we shouldn't have the tariffs and level the playing field and make it more better for us. We shouldn't be, because we're the biggest person, not being able to use our power to get things better. The problem to me is, why is the administration literally every day making changes? All right. Just when you think you've got it down and you know about where you're going to be, it changes. NVDA had that happen tonight with the Trump administration now saying they have to get licenses for the H20 chips that NVIDIA sells to China. NVIDIA estimates those licenses could cost $5.5 billion. So, you know, tonight they're getting hit. The NASDAQ is down. Not dramatic. Everything gets hit. In the scheme of things, China's a nice client for NVIDIA, and this part's going to hurt it, no question about it. But this too will pass. Go to Bloomberg tonight. Look at the caption. What's it going to take to get China and the U.S. to start talking? Why doesn't Xi call? Well, why don't we call? I'll put it that way. You know, it's a big street. Numbers 1 and 2 doesn't matter. It takes 2 to get into a fighting ring and duke it out to come to a conclusion. I don't care who makes the first call. Do you really? All right. I mean, if it's that much of a macho thing, my God. But at some point, I think that we are all saying, this is hurting enough. How do we get this thing coming on? And I think you all realize, and I'm sure President Xi realizes, this is only April 15th. He just got into office on January 20th. You got nearly 3 3/4 years more of this. At what point does it make sense to start talking? I'm just trying to be a person of reason. When I look at everything happening, even the auto stocks, today they got hit one more time. Uranium just can't lift its head. We were talking about that. United Airlines, they did something today that I'm applauding. I hope this sets the tone. When they came out with their earnings on forward guidance, instead of not giving one because of tariffs, they used their head. I really give them credit. They gave you forward guidance as it is and forward guidance if the tariffs get worse. As it is could be lifting. Maybe you won't even have the tariff. So they gave you 2 ways to look at the number. I'm impressed. I think more should do that. That at least opens the doors to what to expect. In OIH, USO, there's problems that are here. The International Energy Agency came out with their idea of what tariffs have done to oil demand, and it's really ugly. Now, the IEA is the International Energy Agency, I think it stands for, based in Paris. And they're looking for hurt growth in China, the U.S., and the people that China buy this oil from, big problems for them. As you know, the U.S. today made another change. We are telling Iran that if they keep uranium enrichment low grade, 3.7%, not going to 20 or 60%, that the U.S. is of the opinion they can keep their operations going, but it has to be monitored, and it can't be the way they did it before. I'm sure of that, where they turn the cameras off, they don't allow spot checking. None of that can go on. The U.S. would like to get rid of the missiles that can carry nuclear heads, but I don't see the Iran Revolutionary Guard ever doing that. Speaking of news, tomorrow, let's get to what we're going to see for you right here. We're going to get the Mortgage Bankers Association numbers. Remember, mortgages have shot back up, so it'll be interesting to see what they do, as that's a weekly report. Advanced retail sales will come out for March at 7:30. The Federal Reserve monthly industrial and capacity utilization numbers are going to come out, production utilization, at 8:15 February. not March, but February business inventory data at 9. National Association of Home Builders, their index, not existing or new home sales, that's at 9. The Bank of Canada is going to tell us their interest rate. Flip a coin. It could go either way, and I really mean that, either way on this. There's plenty of reasons why they should cut rates. There's reasons because of inflation that they should hold them. It's not a lot different than us. EIA petroleum stocks will come out at 9:30 in the morning, and you've already seen the fees that have come on to the H20 chip. So again, lots of confusion. In Microsoft, we've gotten to the point where from the break the market had, we've corrected 30-40% of it. The question is that enough and the market resumes a decline or what? I'm covering Microsoft because around the world, if you've got a data center, the odds are you're using a Microsoft product. And that makes them very much insulated. That doesn't mean the price can't fall. It did. But it's a whole different type of company, and it's really a well-run company. Higher lows, higher highs, I'm bullish on that. I see the support coming back in around the 381 level. I wouldn't want to see prices get under here, and I think that's a bit too much to risk. From 381 down to under 367.80. That's the only thing keeping me away from the market right now. If I wanted to buy it, I don't like that risk in the market. The Bollinger Band is up here. The lower one is where the market fought. It got up and it couldn't reach that, which is a sign it doesn't have that pizzazz yet to it. When we take a look at momentum, it's also overbought. So as much as I'm looking at 381, I'm honestly saying, nah, there's enough reasons here, overbought, too much dollar risk. I enjoy watching. When we go to Orly, well, I think that, yesterday was a good day, today's a bad day. Again, what are these tariffs? What are they going to do to these companies? One moment it's bliss. Why did it rally not today, but yesterday, if we take a look? Wow, didn't Trump come out the day before and say, we've got to give something for our auto industry. The parts, we can't get them here. We don't have the machinery yet for all that. We outsource so much, and cars. Okay, and then the market watches what he actually does, and today the market starts stepping back. This is part of what I'm saying. I can see the chart as having support at 1387. The risk on the chart would be not to get back under 1331.07. I don't know if you have the stomach for that. And if you bought it there, the first resistance would be the high you made today at 1428.70 as I look at the chart. Home Depot, this was a bear market rally and no more than it so far. All you did is get back to the 18-day average and you keep faltering at that number. In Google, a bear market rally off the lows into the average, and you can't seem to mount any type of constructive element against it yet. I'm not saying if you didn't get over 160, 170, I might not all of a sudden wake up and say, I like what I'm seeing. But it hasn't done that. It might be going back under here, and then what do you have? That's the problem. Netflix comes out today, and they're going to spend $500 billion on chips and all that they're going to use at their data centers now in the United States, building them, doing what they do. Market looked at that as boom. And as I said, this is the best of the group. So I like what I'm seeing there. In Robinhood, we've got higher lows, higher highs, market fighting a big battle. And that brings up that I forgot Boeing. Remember what happened now. China doesn't want to take Boeing's airplanes or U.S. air parts. What are they going to do for their fleet of Boeing planes? I guess they're going to mothball them because planes need parts. And if you're going to get certified parts by Boeing, you got to buy from a Boeing distribution center or Boeing itself. I don't know. I guess they mothball. Last I looked, they don't make a lot of big-time planes that fly all over the world. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I'm not saying they don't have regional planes that they build, but the big boys, no. Lower highs, nah. You got a lower low, then you come up here, you made the higher high. ExxonMobil, I looked at the news today from the IEA. I can't imagine it's friendly that. In XLF, another bear market rally right into the resistance. Let's see if this can build on it. So far, I'm totally unimpressed with the rally so far. This is classic bear market rally into the 18-day average where the market stalled. What would set this market on fire and what keeps it from falling apart is traders are fearful. They're going to wake up one morning and Xi and Trump have talked and they're on their road to waking this thing up and getting us out of this. And if that would be the case, the market will explode on you to the upside. You know that. That'd be the pressure cooker. So that's keeping the shorts at bay. And it's the reason if you're watching Interactive Broker today, the CEO was on, is it named Petrify? I think something like that. And I'm not saying that nasty. I think he's a great leader. And he was talking what in last month, the investors are doing every break. They're buying. They were net buyers for the month. He said they don't want to be caught not owning great companies as these price earning ratios come down. They believe eventually these tariffs get things balanced in some manner and that it's everyday negative will start turning more positive. That's his words, basically, what he thinks their client base is doing. Didn't mean he believes that, but that's what was his explanation, and I think he's right. And XLE, a bear market rally so far, no more than that. Gold, the one market that has been comfortable going up, one, is gold. None of the other metals have gone with it at all. Silver's a bear market rally into the 18-day average of closes. Copper's a bear market rally trying to get to the 18. But if I come back to the gold, it's up and over everything. It's fighting at its upper Bollinger Band. So that's where the power has been in this, and rightly so. If you don't solve the tariff issue, you get more inflation. This nonsense that tariffs aren't inflationary is being proven by the gold market. You don't have to believe me. Look at the gold, what it's done. Now, BND and TLT, they've given you another rally. They're into a resistance zone, void of a trend, by the way. Lower low, higher high, still under the 18-day average. I haven't seen an awful lot to be doing in this market. I wrote in my report yesterday, not today, that I thought you were going to see the dollar index move back into the Bollinger Band, go on to inside the lower band, and the euro currency fall back in the top. And as you know, these follow that. Well, that's what happened there, and that's what's going on there right now. So you're getting a little bit of a stall coming into those markets. I talk about this and a heck of a lot more, and you can learn a lot more if you understand technical indicators. Just go to our website, iraepstein.com, and free offers. Get yourself either our futures trading kit or these guides, volumes 1 and 2 to these indicators, and get a good understanding of them. For those of you that think you understand them, I have a better way to look at it. Go to our, if you will, our courses. And I think that you're going to see that when you go to that education courses area, I'll give you a whole new way to look at what you think you're looking at. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great day. Remember to go there, and I'll catch up with you all in the morning. Take care.